Hi everyone. This is what this is nothing really matters. I'm nothing. Today I'm going to do a movie review. Because I watched Star Wars: The Rogue One on Netflix. Mm, Actually, I watched this movie a couple weeks ago. I don't know it's still on Netflix or not. Since I didn't go to theater to watch this movie. Um, because I didn't like the last one, the last Star Wars movie, the Force Awaken, and honestly, I have a bad memory about that movie, because I invited one of my friend go to watch this movie together, and I guarantee him this movie will be a great movie because I before we go to watch this movie, before I decide to watch this movie, I read some review and movie critique on internet, and I saw most of the people say this movie is great, and the overall verdict for this movie is very high. So I decided to watch this movie, and I invite my friend. But from the middle of the movie, I start to feel very awkward and embarrassed, because me myself feel this movie is pretty boring. The story is really not that good. The whole movie is just follow the Hollywood formula. Everything is for the formula, and I also notice my friend is start to getting sleepy. He's not even watching this movie, he's getting into sleep. Okay, I have to be clear. He's a man. He's a guy. He's not a girl, and he didn't touch much. He didn't know much about Star Wars series. So that is the first time I recommend. Oh, maybe you should try Star Wars, because maybe this is a good chance for you to get into Star Wars, the world of Star Wars. And me myself, pretty much watched all the Star Wars episodes, and I would not say I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I really like the Phantom Menace. I watched that movie when I was like maybe 12 or 13. I mean, very young age, and I really love that movie. But anyway, since the Force Awaken, I start to realize they are doing the same thing to Star Wars franchise as same as to the Transformers franchise. They're just trying to squish the last drop of this franchise as much as possible, as quick as possible. So I feel the Star Wars franchise is dying. It's just falling. It's getting worse, and that's why I didn't bother to watch this Rogue One, the new Star Wars movie. Then I saw this movie on Netflix, so I think, oh, it's on Netflix. It's free. Let's try to watch this movie. Actually, it's not free. I mean, I pay Netflix a subscription every month, and Netflix they pay Disney, so I'm still paying the money. But anyway, it's on Netflix, and I have a subscription of Netflix, so I watched it, and I really uh I wanna use hate here, but uh. No, I'm not going to use hey. That's not my character. So I'm just going to say I really don't like this movie. But here I'm not going to explain everything why I don't like this movie. I'm not going to review every single character, every single plot, every single shot, because it's probably gonna take hours. Uh, it is a typical big budget Hollywood movie. The plot line exactly follows the formula, and this character, every single of them, they're two-dimensional character. Some of them, lots of them are even just one-dimensional character. There's no soul. I don't feel nothing about this character because they are not real at all. They live, they die. It doesn't matter. I don't even care about it. And there are two Chinese characters in this movie. I want to ask, what is the purpose of put these two characters in this movie? The only purpose of these two characters, because the movie company, they want the Chinese market, they want the Chinese people to watch this movie. That's pretty much it. And then maybe you don't know, because I'm a Chinese, I watch a lot of Chinese movie. These two characters, they are very, very good character. I'm an actor. These two actors, they are very, very good actor, and they did many, many good movie. But in this movie, it's just there's no purpose for their exist. Uh, mm. I mean, I go to theater because I want to watch a movie and I want to watch a good movie. I go to theater because not because I want to watch Chinese people. If I want to watch Chinese people, I can just go back to China. Uh, Sorry, I was being too emotional. But there's one thing in this movie I just couldn't understand. It is pretty much at the end of this movie, um, which is when this girl is trying to using this computer to transmit the signal. I mean the data to the spaceship, and like then the computer tells her you have to fix the antenna, and she sees the antenna is outside in the middle of the air, and it's very dangerous. So she goes out and it's very dangerous, and something happened, and eventually she fixed the antenna, and right after she fixed the antenna, there's a like a anyway there's a missile flying towards her, and she runs away, and she escaped the explosion, but the explosion totally destroy the antenna. The whole antenna just gone, disappeared. Then she she uses the computer to transmit the data. I I don't understand, and I couldn't figure this out. If this computer tells her to fix the antenna in order to, yeah, I mean, if the computer tells her in order to transmit the data, you have to fix the antenna, and she fixed the antenna, and the antenna got destroyed. I mean, it's gone. Not a single piece left. The whole thing just disappeared. And she still be able to transmit the data. So, what is the purpose of fixing this antenna? I I just don't understand. I couldn't figure this out. And please, someone tell me. I mean, if someone understand, please someone explain this to me, because maybe I'm stupid. Because I don't understand the plot at the English they say, so I missed something. But don't worry. Like I said before, I don't like this movie. It's not just because of this one single plot, one single scene. Like these stormtroopers, the stormtroopers in this movie, they're not human. They're not human being. If they are human being, they don't have brain. They probably don't have head, and maybe that's why they always wear helmet. I remember there's a scene when they are trying to save her father, and here her father died, and but I don't care. So at the end, when they are retreating, so here there are a bunch of stormtroopers. They just rush out from the base, and they are carrying weapons, guns, laser guns or something, and but they rush out, and so the good guy just pew 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 pew. Then these stormtroopers, they're just all dead. I mean, these stormtroopers, even they're just white stormtroopers, but they're still professional soldier, and they wear helmet and armor and very advanced laser weapon. So if you're a soldier and you carry a fully loaded weapon, and you see enemy outside, maybe I don't know, maybe you want to shoot first. I don't know. But they choose to rush it out and die because the script writer, I know there's not only one script writer, there are many script writer for this kind of big budget Hollywood movie, but the script writers, they didn't even treat their characters as real character, and they didn't even care about these characters they are writing, and but I could understand because a big budget Hollywood movie like this, it's not up to the script writers. The company already gave these script writers the sheets, and all they have to do is like fill the blank with A, B, C, and a D. It's more like doing a test. And they know by following this format is not going to make a masterpiece, but this format can make money, and it's 100% guaranteed. And also, I know this film is actually made for kids. It's not for adults. I know what Disney is trying to do. They're trying to make this Star Wars franchise into a family franchise because they know the hardcore audience. I mean, Disney knows these fans of this Star Wars franchise. They used to be children, they used to be kids, boys and girls, but now they grow up, they become fathers and mothers, and now they have children. So they will bring their children, they will bring their kids to theater and watch this movie together as a family. That is why this movie is actually for children, because the film industry and the Disney, they have statistic. They knows once you get older, once you become father and mother, you have a lot of things to do, you have work to do, so you will not go to theater that often. So they know if they can turn these children into fans of this Star Wars franchise, then they have the they have the future market. So they can keep making money out of this franchise for another generation. And I know these people, whoever in charge of Disney, whoever in charge of this movie industry, they are all the smartest people. They are all the smartest businessmen in the world. And I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I'm just talking bullshit, and that's right. The whole purpose for this channel is I'm just talking bullshit. So I'm just making this conclusion for myself. I'm just talking to myself. If Disney, if they keep doing this, one episode of Star Wars every year, if they keep doing this, five, 6 years. Within 6 years, if they keep doing this, within 6 years, the Star Wars franchise will die. And that's it. Peace out. Hey, I'm back. I just want to add something here. I want to say I really appreciate the CG department. I mean, not just CG department. All the artists in this movie, the CG department, the concept art department, the animation department, everything about like the visual art, special effects is excellent, top notch in the industry, and I really appreciate this part. Yeah. So when I say I don't like this movie, more precisely, I'm saying I don't like the story part of this movie. But to me, most of the time, I think the story and the characters are usually the soul, the core of each movies, and it's like making a cake. The story and the characters, this part is the cake itself, and all the visual effects, special effects, this part is like a topping. But if the cake itself is tasteless, it's bad, no matter how many topping you add on it, maybe you can make it very beautiful, but it's still tasteless, it still tastes very bad. but children like it, and this movie is made for children, so I understand. Anyway, I just want to say the art department really did a very good job in this movie, and I really appreciate about this. Yeah, that's it. Peace out.